is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Socially Awkward Podcast. I am Adam. I'm back again with my good buddy Ryan. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just to let everyone know, we did very little preparation for this episode.
Disclaimer.
It's all good. So I asked you before the stream started if you were into DC comics and all that. Like, are you one of those guys? Do you have any sort of preference when it comes to Marvel or DC, or is it all just superhero shit to you?
It's superhero shit to me. I follow more Marvel, or I lean more towards Marvel, but I watch DC stuff too. I mean, like, it's superhero stuff. Like, I'm not biased. I like it all. Yeah,
when I was younger, for sure, I was more of a Marvel. This thing is being weird. Just give me 1 second. I was definitely more of a Marvel. I was more of a Superman guy. Like when I was young, I didn't really even know the difference between Marvel and DC. I lived out in the fucking country. We were poor as shit, but I always loved Superman. Superman was my guy. But I feel like the movies now, Marvel's just more fun, man. Iron Man, Spider-Man, the characters are just more, I don't know, colorful, more energetic. Everything, even surrounding like the Superman movies, is like he's always sad and crying and shit. It just doesn't seem, I don't know, like I don't want them to go straight Marvel and everything be all bubbly and colorful. Like I get DC's darker, that's like their thing, but they gotta, I don't know, man. I don't know who they need to consult, what notes they need to take, but there's way too much. I get it's a superhero movie and you gotta have CGI, that's obvious, but I feel like Marvel's, what they've done over the last 10 years is they use as much real stunts and as much reality. I don't know, the movies seem based in reality more than DC. DC just seems so over the top with CGI that it's, I don't know.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yes and no. I mean, overall, it's a superhero movie, but for either or a superhero universe. So either or, it's going to be over the top. But at the same time, I get what you're saying. DC is known for more for that grittiness, that darkness. Now, Marvel does a great job with live action. Amazing job with live action. DC has always done a great job with animation. With animated movies, they kick their asses hands down.
Talking about cartoons?
Live action. What's that?
You talking about cartoons?
Yeah, like even movies, like you call it's cartoons basically, but still, like,
don't try to sugarcoat it, dude. They're cartoons. Holy shit.
Cartoons.
Why do people that are into anime?
Huh?
Why are people that are into anime get so butthurt when you call them cartoons?
Oh, I'm not butthurt, but it's because people think, here's the thing. People think of cartoons as just for kids, and it's not. Honestly, cartoons were first invented and created for adults because they used to be shown at the beginning of movies, actually adult movies in the theaters.
You talking about like corn star movies?
Yeah. But like when you have to go to the movie theaters, they used to show them in front of those. They used to show them in front of actual movie stuff. It was like to get you ready and light-hearted stuff, and then show you the film, the feature film. Yeah, okay. And then it moved to TV stuff and start catering to kids. The kids start liking it. Like, okay, cool. And so that's just about the whole cartoon thing. I mean, it is what it is. I watch cartoons to the day I die, but like I was saying, DC has always done a great job with the animated portion, the cartoon style, because I just feel like they don't, that way they're not relying on CGI and all the effects and all stuff like that, because their execution has always been shitty on that.
And that's bizarre too, because it's like Warner Brothers, I know, is a big part of that. It's DC Comics, Warner Brothers. You're talking about Batman, Superman. You're talking about like all-time iconic franchises and movies. But for some reason, I don't like who's the creative. I know like you got a Feige. Was it Jeff Feige? What's his name? Jeff Feige.
Yeah, Feige. He's the head of Marvel over
Yeah,
there at
and
Disney.
and whatever he's doing, like whatever. I don't know who is. I mean, I don't know how much he has his hand in each movie. You know, I don't know how much creative influence he has over these things. I'm sure he gives directors, you know, lets them do their thing. But they're with an exception of like a couple of the Marvel movies over the last 10, 15 years, I mean, they've all been just can't wait to go see them. But the DC movies are just, I don't know, like a Suicide Squad. It's just it doesn't draw me in. I don't know. It just doesn't have the same appeal that the Marvel movies have had.
Yeah. Did you watch the last one? The last Suicide Squad?
Some of it.
Actually, it wasn't bad.
Is that the one where they sent that team in? Spoiler alert! They sent that team in the beginning as like bait.
Yeah.
And they kind of made you think that was the squad, and they all got
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, man. They're okay. It's just not my. I guess it's not my style.
For a standalone by itself, because this has nothing to do with the first Suicide Squad movie. It was actually it's a standalone on one. So I was like, huh, this wasn't bad. I liked it. It was cool. It gave me that superhero, but almost like a superhero type Tropic Thunder type movie.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
you watch the whole thing, I was like, huh, but for the superheroes. So yeah, it
Well,
was all right.
it's kind of weird too. I'm also in the minority here. I'm not a super huge fan of like Deadpool.
Okay.
Like I guess I'm just not a huge fan of like the superhero, the anti-superhero type thing, where
Antihero, yeah.
like they're shady and they're kind of rough around the edges, but they're still at the end of the day they do the right thing. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it much, but when I'm looking out the kind of movies that I like and don't like it's the same type of thing as Suicide Squad. They're kind of like bad people, but they're superheroes at the same time. That kind of deal. Like, aren't they like in prison? I guess.
Yeah, they're still bad people. They're just being like, hey, if you want to reduce your sentence, you gotta basically you're doing community service.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? And if you try to run off, we're gonna kill you. So either you can say yes or no and stay in jail. Or they really give them options that you either do it or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and you can call it anti-hero. But I really wouldn't call it anti-hero because if they had the option, the choice, they'll still be fucking people up and doing stupid shit, villain stuff on their end. But they were given an option to a job basically.
Yeah. Well, and if it wasn't for Will Smith doing is it Deadshot, I think he was the best character. Well, was he in? I'm sorry. This goes to show you how
He wasn't in the second one. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I didn't get far enough to see. I thought maybe he came in the movie later. Who played Deadshot? Or was there a Deadshot in the second one? There was.
Wasn't Deadshot in the second one? I think it was Bloodsport. I think that was a Bloodsport. I think I need to double check. But no, yeah, Deadshot wasn't in the second one. I was like, huh. I was wondering how they was gonna go with that one. But they had Idris Elba, I think his name.
Idris Elba or whatever.
Yeah. His character was Bloodsport. Yeah, that's Bloodsport. Yeah.
What's the difference? Like, I couldn't tell you. Like, what's his thing? Is he a sharpshooter too? Like, I don't even.
He's more of a tactician for all weapons.
Okay.
He's like I would say like a Walmart version of Deathstroke, if you know what Deathstroke is.
Dude,
But
I'm kind of ashamed of myself because I love superheroes. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm almost 40. I love Iron Man. I love all that shit. But I guess I like my superheroes to be a little more mainstream. Like I can't really get into like the ones no one's ever heard of.
yeah,
Like the ones you got to go reading deep into the comics. The ones that you basically have to have read a lot of the comics to even know who they are or what they're about. But you know what? And I'll tell you another unpopular opinion. I'm not really even a fan of Harley Quinn. Like I know guys think she's sexy as shit, and that kind of
No.
pink and blue or green, whatever that is, hair, and she's crazy but sexy. Like that whole vibe does absolutely fucking nothing for me.
You know, I'm right there with you on that one. I mean, the whole like, oh, Harley Quinn is I like her character, like how she portrays it, and Robbie, she does a great job portraying like the like schizo character. But
Yeah.
I've never really like I liked Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn always looked at to me as like as a sidekick of the Joker, but because she was actually created for that, and she wasn't an original superhero movie character or a villain back in the day. She was created. She was only created in this is our era. You remember the Batman, the animated series on they used to come on like TV as a kid.
I don't remember like any storylines, but I remember it. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not actually remember storyline. Harley Quinn was literally created for that series. Before that, she never existed.
Oh.
And then she became more popular and popular as the years went on. And it's like, oh well, okay, well people like her, so do a little spinoff for her, and it is what it is. And DC has a tendency to try to create things just to please their fandom and their fans, because for diversity, and they do it the wrong way. They just like, okay, you want this? Here we go. Like, I'm like, don't do it just to make people happy. Do it because you think it needs to be done, or because you want to do it.
Yeah. If it's not authentic,
yeah,
then people see right through it for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
So you were saying that she was created for as like a sidekick to the Joker. How did you feel about the rendition that Jared Leto did of the Joker? I know a lot of people had I would say mostly negative reaction to his Joker. What do you think?
I don't like that Joker. I mean, I think for him portraying it was fine, but what they were trying to go across with, but I didn't like that portrayal of the Joker, just for the fact that Joker really wasn't a gangster or they made him like almost like a like
a pimp.
Not even a pimp, really. It was like they tried to go like that pimp route, but then it was like, well, I'm a big overlord, and then it was like try to mix it into like well, no, I'm
like some crime boss or something.
I'm like Hispanic gangbangers like that.
Huh.
I'm like, dude, he had all the tats and everything, and then he had his shirt off, chilling. I'm like, you're not a homeboy. Like Joker doesn't have that portrayal of a home. Joker has the portrayal like, I'm just a crazy fuck.
Well, he's a loner too.
Yeah. He has his lackeys, his goons, all stuff like that.
But he'll turn on those guys in a second too.
But I'm like, that's the thing about Joker. He's just so unpredictable and like imbalanced. Like you never know what the hell's gonna happen.
Yeah, that Jared Leto, and honestly, I would say with better writing, better everything, directing, he probably has the chops if being put in the right situation. He probably could have done a good Joker because I mean he has the acting chops to act psychotic and menacing and all that, but the way and with the slicked back hair, it was like bright. It looked like antifreeze colored green. It was so cartoony that it wasn't even good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it to me, it was like silly. I'm like, he's like, like shut the hell up.
Yeah, I don't know where it was going with that shit. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, what Joker was this created from? I'm like, okay, y'all just create a whole new Joker. I mean, at least in the actual movie, the movie Joker, okay, we knew that this was a Joker for a different freaking universe or something like that. It wasn't the same Joker that we're used to. So, all right, cool. Thanks for letting us know that. The Leto one, I was like, and there's nothing against him as an actor. I think he's a good actor. I just think that the direction that he was given,
it was horrible.
Wasn't a good direction.
Yeah, the whole whatever they were trying to do with that was weird.
Yeah.
I would like to see. Now I saw Henry Cavill. I actually saw it in the on Twitter today that he said that he wants to keep playing Superman. I think, just my opinion, as far as just looks go, when you look at the man, that dude, like, that's Superman. Like, he looks like Superman. Like, holy shit. Like,
I mean,
I can't picture a more, just because he's like 6'4" in real life. The dude's like, just the face and the body. I know I'm sounding really, okay, just calm down. I'm like, he's so hot, but he looks like Superman. Like, I mean, he looks amazing.
He was chiseled. Yeah. His costume, we all thought that was like padding and all that stuff. That was him.
Well, that scene near the beginning of Man of Steel, when he has his shirt off, right after he saves, I don't know how much you remember that movie, but when he saves that oil ship thing, the
freighter.
Yeah, and then he's on land. I don't know how he got there, but he was like shirtless and his pants were all ripped up and he was looking for clothes. I mean, yeah, he was. So you saw him with the shirt off for the first time. Yeah, the dude's huge.
He was no joke. I'm like, man. I was like, no. So for sure, like, yes, he portrays Superman great. Does he do a great Clark Kent? Not better than Reed's, but he does. He Superman. He's on point.
What do you think he needs to do differently to be a better Clark Kent?
Nerd it up. He has to really have that. Not even nerd it up, but I would say dork it up. He has to be a super dork.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to dork up somebody who looks like that rugged.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Superman, hands down, great. You can do it, but he will have to get a baggier suit. Give him like a suit that like doesn't really fit that well.
Oh yeah, his clothes are all like fitted. He's got those smaller ties. It's too
sleek and too GQ.
Yeah, it's too sleek. Yeah, it's good. It's a good way to say it. Yeah.
But yeah. So that's the only thing that I would think that's different. Besides that, he has a persona for Superman, hands down. He has the emotional like torment, like the have to walk the line of good and like not letting loose all the way and like not having to cross that line. So he has that. His acting skills is good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and he has a pretty good American accent too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't get a ton of like long conversational type lines. He doesn't say a ton, but you know who actually does a really good American accent? I know we were talking about Idris Elba earlier. Idris Elba, like the dude, like the first time I saw him was actually in The Office when he played Charles.
Okay.
Do you remember him in The Office? He came in, and if I never would have saw him in anything else, I would just assumed he was American. He was, he does a really good job.
Until I saw him in, what was it? Which one was he fighting when they were promoting the spinoff of Fast and Furious, Hobbs and whatever it's called.
Oh, Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, that's when I realized what's his name? Idris Elba.
Idris.
Yeah.
Idris Elba.
That's when I realized he wasn't American. I was like, this fool got an accent?
Oh, he got you too, huh?
I thought he was like from the hood or Brooklyn or something like that. And I was like, damn, okay.
Did we already talk about on here about him playing James Bond? We already talked about that, right?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Like, how do you feel as a, obviously you're black.
The fuck am
I? I know, like, there's always some people who are like, you shouldn't fuck with characters. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. I personally, I know 007 and James Bond has always been, obviously a white dude. Are you sure we didn't talk about this? Because I feel like because we got into like the gender of it too.
No, we can talk about it.
Okay, maybe we didn't talk about it very long. I actually don't like. Maybe it's him personally that I feel like would do a good job, but I think it's, to me, like, him being black just doesn't, as far as James Bond goes, it doesn't seem like it would be a bad idea. I feel like he could do a good job. I don't know. And it doesn't matter to me that he's not white for the character.
You're right. You're absolutely right, and there's reasons why that is, and I've heard this topic many times on social media, and videos and stuff like that. So unless the character itself is stated that his origins has to be like because of their nationality or race like that, it doesn't matter. So for instance, to answer your question straight out, yes, I think he would be a great James Bond because it never has said James Bond was a Caucasian. He had to he struggled from he was born of European descent and had to this. It never says that in any of the books, I don't believe, or has an origin story of that in the movie. So James Bond 007 is just a title.
Well, okay, but here's my question, and I'm asking this literally out of ignorance. So, you said James Bond is just the title, or but isn't 007 the title? James Bond
007
has been
yes.
white up to this point, but now, do you think it would work if maybe, and this could be a dumb idea. I'm just spitting out questions. Do you think it would work if it was 007, but it wasn't? Does it have to be James Bond? You know what I mean? Or because I know James Bond, like that's the iconic name that is tied to 007. I feel like 007, it's like 007 could be anybody, but James Bond's always been white. Now, and by the way, I'm just speaking out of playing devil's advocate because I don't care if James Bond is white or black, but I'm just saying for the people who think he's always been white, is it necessary? Like, I'm just going to repeat myself again. Is maybe 007 is just the title that could change. It doesn't matter about gender or race, but maybe James Bond should stay white. Is there anything to that?
I see what your point and what you're trying to say on this one, and ask the question that you're asking. So it can go either way on this one, just for effect. Like I said, we never met his parents. He haven't had an origin story like that around that. You met girls people he dated, or have had slept with and also like that. He's had love interests like that, but that's it. That's it. He's never really been married or anything like that. Has somebody dated. So James Bond is a name. 007 is a title. Here's the thing. Now, if we would have had one actor who has played James Bond all of his life, like for instance, if they would have had Sean Connery play James Bond nonstop through his whole time, they never had Pierce Brosnan or anything like that, a switch over, then yes. Then they were like, well, who will take the mantle of this now? But they have switched it up so many times for different movies. So they can easily spin it as James Bond is 007 is the title. The name it's a name. It's like I can change my name anytime I want to, just with documents.
Now I wonder if it would work any different if it was like Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible. That's only been Tom Cruise in all whatever 6 or 7 of them. I wonder if that's kind of what you're talking about, since he is Ethan Hunt. It's always been him in every single movie. Like they haven't changed it up. I wonder if that would be like if the next person was a black person, would it? Then I think you would need to be just a different guy. Like I don't even think it. Then I don't think it'd work if Idris Elba was going to play Ethan Hunt. I think that'd be weird as shit because it's only been Tom Cruise. He's the only Ethan Hunt there's ever been. Instead of James Bond, where it's been like several different people.
Yeah, and yes and no. Because I think in Mission Impossible, one of the Mission Impossibles, they actually touched on that. Ethan Hunt is just a code name. Is that really his name?
Oh, so that's not his actual name.
That's what I can't remember. I think I missed one of the Mission Impossibles, but I think that's something they were hinting at one time. Correct me if I'm wrong, and it hit me up later on. I have no problem being wrong, but I remember hearing somewhere that somebody was talking about, is Ethan Hunt the actual code name?
Oh, okay. Well, if they've never addressed it, then that's obviously a way to segue to something else. Because then they could always just fill in the backstory and say Ethan Hunt his name was fucking John Smith or something. Ethan Hunt was literally just the name they assigned to that role in the, what do they call it, the MI6.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is like the whole thing about that is that why, if your name is James Bond, you got villains, super villains talk to each other. It's like, hey, oh, you got caught by James Bond? Okay, 007, gotcha. Well, let's see if we can find who 007 is and just hunt him down. Why not? let's come together. So that's what I'm saying. Like the normal person, like, well, how many 007s is there? Or I mean, how many James Bonds are there? Let's go fucking figure them out. We're trying to take over the world anyway. Let's just kill them. Boom. So that's why I'm saying the name is a code name itself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, that makes sense. Like James Bond could be the same thing as Ethan Hunt. It could literally just be a code name, the name given. But I'd be interested if they've ever said that, or because if the movies have always just, there's been an assumption, or that's really is their names, then maybe the name could change. Just find another cool name for Idris Elba, but he is 007 now, even though it's technically a different person. Or because I don't know, would it feel weird on screen when people are calling Idris Elba James Bond, or does that matter to anyone? I don't know. Like, as long as it's a good movie, and just, it's like anything else. If it's written, if it's directed well, and the storyline is told well, I don't think most people at this day and age probably give a shit. For some reason, people love Idris Elba too. Like, you never hear about him unless it's in movies. The guy, let's talk about this for a minute. Freaking,
what's up?
I love the celebrities that you never hear from. I love them. The ones that just, they show up, do good jobs in movies or in music, if it's a music artist. But like, I hate the ones, I don't hate the people. I just hate when they do it. I don't hate anyone. But it drives me crazy when these, and I don't care if it's people that agree with my political views or not. I wish that actors, and please, if you think I'm silly for thinking this way, tell me why I'm wrong. I don't know. Like, I don't want to hear from Chris Evans about who I should vote for. Like, shut the fuck up. just because you're Captain America doesn't make you any smarter than anybody else alive. Like, just let us, like, stop telling me why I'm morally bankrupt if I don't vote for your guy. It drives me crazy.
I get what you're saying. Politics and celebrities. I mean, freedom of speech in America. I don't care. So if you want to use your influence for what you think is good, okay. I would say don't use your, because politics is so messy.
Yeah.
It's so damn messy. So I'm like, be careful what you use your influence for, because what you may think you're actually trying to promote may not actually be what you think you're promoting for and trying to represent. So that's why, like, use your influence carefully. I don't put my political views out there like that. I know we talk about, oh, well, you're a liberal. You know what? I will tell you this: what I used to really run for was Democrat. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to say if I lean towards anything else now like that, or Republican or Democrat. I look at everything and just go for my best view. What's best for our country. That's what I go for.
And why are you voting Democrat? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get started. I'm not going to get started. Like, this is not that podcast, guys.
No, we'll get into that one day, but not right now.
Yeah, one of the days we'll get into. The title will be Democrat versus Republican. We'll just be screaming at each other.
But so yeah, like you're saying, celebrities doing that. I mean, it's like, it's just like, I've been watching a lot of stuff and seeing stuff on Twitter. They use TV, entertainment, all stuff like that. They used to use Big Sesame Street to promote the get vaccinated.
Big Bird. Yeah, that's like, shut the fuck up.
And people are like, why are you guys doing it? Dude, they did it just for you and boring. Stop that. it's full circle, comes around again. So pick your poison. What are we gonna do? But yeah, I mean, just when people do that, I just, okay, well, whatever. Either you got paid, or it's just happened to, oh yeah, you did this. Oh yeah, I'll do that for you, no problem. So I'm pretty sure your brand, Here's a perfect example. Keanu Reeves.
If you had to, and I'm not asking you to, this is a rhetorical question. If you had to guess where he leans, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Like because you look at him, it's like, well, he's probably a conservative guy, but he's from Hollywood. It's very very liberal out there, dude. I honestly, if you put a gun to my head and made me choose, I'd flip a coin. I would do this. Hope I'm right. You know what I mean? Because but I love that because you know why I love it? Because I like being able to go to the movies and watch a good movie, be entertained, and be able to suspend disbelief for the movies. It's very hard to suspend disbelief in movies whenever you know who that person is in real life, and because they're all over Twitter, they're opinionated on everything one way or the other. And let's be honest, because most of these people currently are in Hollywood, most of it is on the left. And look, I try to be very intellectually honest, even though I do consider myself more of a conservative person. There are things where I absolutely can empathize with the other side. I really try to just have a common goal with the other side and just try to be one of those people that's okay with disagreeing on how to get there. I try not to just divide myself. Like I would have, if every person I knew was extremely left, I would happily be their friend if they're just good people. I refuse to be one of those, be an adult who demonizes the quote unquote other side because of their political views. I just refuse to do it. And when I go to movies and like Mark Ruffalo, I think he's a good actor. I actually really like him as the Hulk. But he's one of those people on Twitter that if you're a Republican, he goes in there talking about how evil they are, and I'm like, dude, come on! Like you really think Republicans are evil? You think we're evil people? To me, that shows a lack of intellectual honesty.
Ignorance.
It shows me. It tells me that it's like, and it's hard to enjoy a movie because I have to work extra hard to suspend disbelief when I know what's rattling around in their brain in real life. I want to be entertained, and it's hard to do that when your favorite people, if they met you, would hate your guts. It's weird.
No, I get what you're saying on that one because that makes perfect sense. It's sad. Like I said, freedom of speech is great. I love it. And that's fine. I got people I've done business with and partner with and work with, and they're like, okay, have complete other views. Just like, what the fuck? And they're disrespectful. That's why. It's like they're disrespectful with their views. I'm like, if somebody doesn't believe and agree with them, they start slandering. I'm like, well, wait. And I had to check some people because they're like, well, you vote for this person? I had personal conversations like, you vote for this person? They're like, yeah. It's like, how can you vote for this person? You see what they're doing and this and this. I'm like, wait, do you know why I'm voting for this? Like, I look at pros and cons for certain things, and why I agree with certain things. Like, you can have your own agenda, but if something's going to better the human race, or so I'll say better our country or our quality of life, I'm going to do what's right, that as anyone should. It's like, why would you get upset with somebody for wanting to do good?
Well, and you know what? Here's another thing to think about, and I don't want to spend too much more time on politics on this episode anyway, but I think most people, what they fail to take into consideration is that 99% of the politicians in DC are interchangeable. They especially the ones that've been there for a while. Do you think who's somebody on the right? Mitch McConnell, Pelosi on the left. Do you really think these people actually give a fuck? I mean, do you think Nancy Pelosi wakes up? He's like, you know what? How can I push these progressive agendas because I really think this is going to help our country. They have a side. so then they have to protect that side. They have to stay in power, and they have to regurgitate the same talking points from their side. Behind closed doors, most of these people are like friends. They go to lunch together, they eat together. It's like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's all backdoor deals, and they answer. Dude, they don't answer to us. They answer to big pharma. They answer to big insurance. The military industrial complex. They don't give a flying fuck about like all this inner political fighting that we do. That they need that. Yeah. They need to keep it separated. So it drives me crazy when people think that they go all in on somebody and because they think that person gives a fuck about them. I'm like, dude, people, first of all, politics should not be this big of a deal in our lives.
It shouldn't be.
Their job is to protect our sovereign borders, to make sure we don't get overran, and to not to give us our rights, but protect our rights, like freedom of speech, the Constitution. Their job is to protect those rights and make sure that we don't get overran, basically, and keep our roads and stuff, our bridges from crumbling, just to keep the foundation of our society intact. But all this like big brother shit where we're supposed to depend on them for everything, and they're supposed to be in every aspect and every crevice of our life is so ass backwards. And I wish people were able to pull themselves away from it and just go talk to people, man. Get off social media, go talk to people. Because, dude, I know I'm ranting here, but behind online, we all seems like everyone hates each other. When I go out to the store, I go to Walmart. I can't tell who's who. I can't tell who votes for who and who. I don't care. If I stop and talk to a guy over there by the fucking bananas, I'm just talking to a person. I don't give a shit. Like, that's reality. Reality is we're out here just being people, and everyone wants to wake up in the morning. They want to have a safe place to live. They want food to eat. They want their children to be able to go to school and learn something. We all want the same thing, but we're acting so divided, and it's by design. It drives me fucking nuts, Ryan.
It really is. It really is. And I agree 100% with you on that one, just for a fact that... Did you spill on yourself?
I'm really glad that I had the camera on you when that happened. The top of this... Okay, so the people watching...
I'm like,
this okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But
there's no point explaining it, but just know that I'm soaking wet. I don't know if you can see
okay.
Soaking wet. With all... I just blew a load all over myself.
Oh my God. So, I forgot what I was going to say, but talking about superpowers and all stuff like that.
Yeah. Let's get off of politics.
It's a mixture. So something I saw that I got to touch on too is funny. Did you know? Oh, here's a question for you. That's going to lead into this.
Before you get into that, can I say one thing?
Yeah, what's up? Your
little blurred background looks fucking stupid.
You don't like that one?
Hey, if you like it, keep it up. I'm just joking with you.
If you don't like it, boom, there you go.
Oh, dude, that's so pretty.
All right, so
by the way, do whatever you want. I'm completely fucking with you.
No, that's cool. I mean, whatever's best for the podcast. I mean, if it looks visually,
we have 36 we have 36 subscribers. It doesn't matter right now, okay?
Hey, we're on our way.
Yeah, we are. But, you know what? I believe it. I don't care if we got to do this for 5. You're like 5 years. The hell?
Hey, no, I like it. This is fun. I'm down for 5 years.
All right, I'm gonna shut up then. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. So, here's a question for you. Do you think America is in poverty, like that we have a food issue that we can't feed our country?
Do I think, do I think that we currently have like a food shortage? Is that what you're asking? Or what do you mean?
Like, compared to like back in the day, or even now, we still see like you see the commercials of Susan Sarandon and all that stuff like, oh, if you donate 10 cents a month, your money will go towards these amazing children who needs the food. Those commercials, and
dude,
Africa and China and Colombia.
Well, first let me start off with a statement or with a question. Did you know that the people that are in poverty, and I'm not saying that we should be okay with poverty, even though what I'm about to say, did you know the people that are in poverty in the United States are still in the 1% worldwide? as far as like their living conditions, how much they make. Because poverty, when you compare poverty in the United States compared to like a third world country, I mean, people in poverty over here have iPhones, Ryan. Okay. People in poverty, like in Africa, like real poverty. I mean, dude, there's some people that have real fucking problems. Okay, I'm talking about disease. And look, I'm not taking away from the people who are in rough living conditions. Look, I was one of those kids. We had it. It was fucking tough. I'm not put it that way.
No, I get it.
But still, I mean, when you have it rough over here, you still not going to starve. There's food banks. There's churches. There's ways to feed yourself. There's food stamps. There's ways to feed yourselves. In some countries, there's no way to feed yourself. There's just no food. Like, there's no government assistance. You know what I mean? So while I do, and I don't even know if I'm answering your question right now, but I do have empathy because I was one of those kids that would grow up on welfare. I do have empathy for those people, but we do live in a country that if you want to get out of it, and if you will not take no for an answer, you can get out of almost any situation. Almost. Compared to some countries where, I mean, the only way out of it is death.
I agree. Or leaving or trying to escape the country.
Yeah, but there's some places, they're so poor. I mean, there's no way to get out. I mean, there's just no help.
Now, the reason why I bring that up, or ask that, is that did you know that there are countries that run those same ads for us?
Wait, the help an American little kid?
Mm-hmm.
No, really?
Yes.
Where'd you see this at?
So I was watching on TikTok and somebody was like, I can't believe this shit. Somebody sent them the link. So China does it, and Germany, so far from what I know of donating, having them in their own language. We'll segue into another episode on this one and do a whole episode on this. But yes,
dude, we got 20 minutes. Let's bust it out.
All right, cool. So can you screen share on this? I can screen share on this. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Yeah, break something up and share it on your.
Germany.
Is this going to get us copyrighted?
Nah. No. Food for America.
I was going to create a scene through OBS that was like a reaction, so we could react to stuff. But the problem is you can hear what I'm playing, but you can't see what I'm playing. So that's kind of. But with the screen share, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea.
Okay, here we go. So let me see. I'll pull this up. Oh man, yeah. I saw this. Like, shut the fuck up. I'll start sharing.
That's hilarious.
You ready?
I still see your face.
Oh, you still must. Okay.
I don't know how to.
You won't hear it.
It should be. It should be that. Yeah, I don't see that.
Let me see.
Yeah, because I'm using the NDI and it's only bringing up. Nah, it's still you, dude.
It's okay. Well, like I said, we'll prep for next time. But no, yeah, Germany has. I'll start sharing. Germany has one. I'll send you the links. And China has one. It's called. I looked it up. It's called Go on YouTube. Great Nations Eat TV commercial. Germany for America.
That should be the title of our next episode. Poor little American kids. and then we'll find a way to we're so old. We're like, how do we bring this up on the thing?
We'll have it next time. Hey, like I said, we wasn't prepared for this one.
No.
But yeah, so Germany has one, a TV commercial.
That's awesome.
China has one for us.
Where did you even find these?
Dude, like I said, I was scrolling on TikTok and somebody just like my for you page. I'm like, she's like, it was a thing saying, what's the one thing that you something like you can't believe that it actually happens, and somebody brought up, what's the one thing that you ate as a kid that you wouldn't eat now that you had to eat? Basically being poor and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I got some things, but then somebody said this, and then they went through the whole thing. Like, people was like crying and breaking down. Like, I didn't realize we was poor. I thought we was just that was a life. And
yeah.
I'm like, I feel you.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
I'm like, powdered milk? You ever had powdered milk?
that shit's gross, dude.
It's very nasty. I was like, look, my mom like, what the hell is this? Oh yeah, this is milk. Put some water in. I'm like,
Yeah, it
it's not
just
milk.
tastes like watered down milk. It's
It's
gross.
like chalky milk. That's what it tastes
Yeah.
like.
Okay, my question is, what are they trying to? So, it's hard for me to believe that that China, for instance, actually has foundations where they are saying that they're trying to help little poor American kids,
Yeah.
and that when people give them money, that they're actually sending money to the United States to help little kids over here. There's no way they're actually doing that.
Right.
I mean, do you think I'm wrong?
I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong either. Because I think like this is first. Why haven't we heard about this until
Oh
now?
shit! What just happened?
I just sent you.
Oh wait,
Did we lose something?
wait, no, do that again. No, it's still going. I want to see what popped up on your little square when you sent that.
I sent it in the chat.
How do I? Oh, there it is. Oh, so
That's the link on YouTube for the German one.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'll watch it after this.
yeah. But I was like, what? I like, but like seriously, are we? Like, I haven't heard anything. Why haven't we heard of this? Oh yes, China and Germany and other countries are helping us gather food.
They're not. There's no way.
Since when?
Like China gives a. Do they have like 8 trillion people in that country? Like they give a shit about some little American kid? There's no way. Now, but when I hear that, I wonder if these things are all of them are a scam. Like, are we really helping people? Now, I could see us, like us, or maybe even China helping countries that literally can't help themselves. Maybe like there's some places in. Isn't it funny how everyone, when they talk about poor and third world, the first thing you think of is Africa?
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. And I'm like,
I wish I had a better example, but I just keep thinking of Africa every time.
so I'll tell you this: Africa's not that poor.
Well, a lot of it is.
No,
Bitch,
Africa's
you know
not that
Wakanda's not real,
they
right?
have some fucked up places.
What, do you think they have vibranium? There's no Wakanda over there, Ryan.
No, it's not Wakanda over there. So I'll tell you this: where do you think most of the diamonds and gold come from?
I'm sure it's Africa.
Yeah,
But that doesn't mean the African people are reaping any of those benefits. I mean,
no, because other countries are raping the resources, and they know even
blood
better.
diamonds.
Huh?
Blood diamonds.
Yeah, that's actually based on a fucking true story. But still, you think you hear all this stuff like, oh, all the Africa is like just a poverty, like a poor, this and that. No, you have some fucked up places. Yes, you have some like, oh, I'm not going there. Fuck that. They need some help.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of like African countries are modernized. Everything. Shit, Akon, he built a whole country up by himself. Like, I'm taking care of y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Got y'all solar. Got y'all a green. Everything.
Convicts.
Thriving like crazy. But yeah, see, I got another one too. Yeah. Great nations eats China for America. That's what it's called. Great nations eats. That's the new thing. Great nations eats. Okay. But no, so people just yeah, I'll say Africa it's fucked up that people go straight to Africa. Like, oh, think it was because that's what they showed us. As a kids, it was like the African kid sitting there with the big old pop belly with fucking flies sitting there. I just hate that. I'm like, how do you sit there with flies in your mouth? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, but then that's just what the media.
I don't know, Ryan. I think they really are that poor. I'm sorry.
Not all. Of them.
Well, not all of them, obviously.
There are a lot of shit that goes on in Africa. There's a lot of like.
I think there's a lot of corruption right with the government and stuff.
Yeah.
I like how I like how we're acting like either one of us. I was gonna say I like how either one of us think we know shit about the reality over there.
But I know that they had like a lot of shit going on, like fucking people getting kidnapped like crazy for a while, and like just there were rebellions and all that shit like that. But yeah, I mean, every country has their fucked up shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm not diminishing anything and saying, "Oh yeah, Africa's perfectly fine." No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, we have some families over here that do a lot of fucked up shit and kill people. I don't want to say their name, but that rhymes with Splintons.
Stupid. Oh man.
Yeah.
But this is crazy. What? And yeah, see, yeah, that's our next podcast. This whole
Yeah, I need some
this
research on
whole
Africa,
plethora of stuff, bro.
dude.
I
Our
wish I'd seen-
episode 6 has got to be poor little American
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, it's gonna be that poor little American kid.
But Ryan, dude, we're kind of chugging along now.
Yeah, we are.
But guys, listen, if you enjoy our podcast, please like the video, leave us a comment down below. That helps us in the algorithms. Of course, subscribe to the channel. We're putting out a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. At some point, whenever it feels like the right time, I think both of us said that we'd like to do this live, which would be fun. So look forward to that in the future. We love you guys. Ryan, is really good to talk to you, buddy. And we'll be back with a brand new episode on Tuesday.
Absolutely, can't wait.
All right, you guys,
All right,
take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, man. See you guys later.